I do not know if I'm in the minority in saying this, but I do not like the last 10 minutes of this episode. Oh boy. I really feel like they dropped the ball in the last 10 minutes. Let me explain. So, 80% of this episode is fantastic. I'd probably say around 85% of this episode is fantastic. Number one, the relationship between both Mark and Steven, fantastic. I know that last week a lot of people were talking about the fact that Mark and Steve, well, for Mark, because Steven is just a persona that he had created to protect himself from trauma, that Steven wasn't really dead. All Mark had to do was create a new Steven. No, this episode completely throws that theory out of like right out of the water. Um, Basically, Steven is his own entity. He shares a body with Mark, but on a spiritual level, he is his own man. And the ending of this episode also showed that Jake is also his own man. There are some issues with that I'm going to get to in general soon. Hey everybody, Sen here with today's sponsor for the video, NordPass. NordPass is a program created by the guys who made NordVPN. It stores all of your passwords in one location of your choosing offline that only you can access. It provides you with an autofill feature for the websites that you've already visited, and it also securely stores your credit card information offline that only you can access away from other people's prying eyes. But in the event that somebody's prying eyes are able to lay their eyes upon that of your information, NordPass will notify you of any data breaches involving your username, your passwords, or even your credit cards. And the best part, NordPass encrypts all of your data, like I said, locally, offline, that only you can access and the NordPass employees can't. If you're interested in trying out NordPass, visit nordpass.com/sen. Information is down in the description. You will get 2 years plus a free month for 50% off. Once again, that is nordpass.com/sen. Now, back to your regularly scheduled program. Now, the lead up to the fight between both Steven and Kevin Bacon, Mark and Steven versus Kevin Bacon is fantastic. I love the fact that like he points out the fact that I'm the god of the night, and Mark just takes off into the sky and he does his Superman thing. Dope shit. Fucking love it. It's a beautiful visual when he takes off into the sky and the Moon Knight symbol hits the moon. Fantastic. Watching him fly towards Cairo. Layla's story took a turn I wasn't expecting. I thought that she wasn't going to get any powers in any way, shape, or form. And then she ends up becoming the avatar of Tolerette. Fantastic. Oh, she looks so good. That suit that she gets is baller as shit. And like let's be honest, who did it better? Layla or Wonder Woman 1984? Because I fucking love Layla's suit. The fact that like she has the blades, but then the wings extend from like her hands, and her entire fighting style when she was throwing hands, beautifully done. Fantastic that she literally got her own like small arc. I also love the fact that because of the designs of her suit, when she was running around saving people in Egypt, that little girl was like, yo, are you an Egyptian hero? That's dope. You absolutely love to see it. Everything leading up to that, both Layla and Mark and Steven versus Kevin Bacon, fantastic watching them throw down against him. It's even more awesome when you watch the fight and in the background you have both Khonshu and Ahmet just clashing with one another, and she's getting the upper hand over him because she's basically been consuming a bunch of souls. By the way, those people are dead. They don't come back. The souls just went instantly down. I also like the fact that we got a explanation for the souls that were sent to the underworld in the last episode, which they basically belong to the police officers that they got stopped by. He used the staff and basically sucked up all their souls and sent them straight to the underworld. So, because I was wondering where exactly that came into play and when Mark would come back, so it's good to know a time frame of what was going on. As the souls were coming down, Mark was going into the field of reeds. That scene where he finds Steven in the sand and he puts the heart between the both of them and they work together and go through the portal. Fantastic. Everything was going great. And the moment where he got pinned, I was like, okay, this is where Jake's going to come in. Where Jake's going to take over and he's going to like just body everyone, because we've basically been working towards his reveal for the last 2 episodes. This is the moment that this is about to happen. And then it didn't. And instead, what we essentially got was the jump from the first 2 episodes where they basically give over control of the body to someone else. And then Mark comes back and there's just chaos and carnage. And it's like, well, I'd have liked to have seen Mark and Steven essentially beat fucking Kevin Bacon in a fight. And everyone's just looking around like, what the hell was that? And I love the fact that Mark and Steven talk about it, because Mark is like, Steven, that wasn't you, was it? And he's like, nah, man, that was not us. And he's like, okay, so I guess we have more, in our head than we initially thought. Layla was shocked by it, but then it's a time skip, or not even a time skip, just a skip forward. It's like, okay, we're back inside the mindscape where he's inside the fucking mental asylum talking to the fake Dr. Harrow, and it's like, why are we here? What's going on back in Egypt? And then we skip from that and we're back inside the bed, and it's like, well, what's going on here? Why are we here? What happened to Layla? What's going on with the other Egyptian gods? Where are their avatars? What's going on with Amit and Harrow? Are they still together? Are they still fused? Where are they right now? Then you flash forward to Harrow and Amit. They're in a fucking mental asylum somewhere, and how'd they get here? Who brought them here? Because this doesn't look like it's still in Egypt or Cairo. It looks like it may be back inside the UK. And then fucking Jake comes in and he's done killed like a bunch of people and he wheels them out. I knew who he was the second he walked into the fucking thing. I was like, okay, so this is where Jake takes over and we actually get to see him. And then you see Khonshu in the car in the business suit, taken straight from the comic books, and fucking Jake's in the front of the it's not even really a taxi, more like a limousine. And then he shoots and kills Harrow, Amit, and it's like, that's it? That's in the fucking episode? Why? What? Like, a conclusion. Like, in that situation, the conclusion should have been when Harrow had Mark pinned, Jake takes over. It'd have been 100% fine if you skip the carnage and when you cut back, everyone's just on the ground. Okay, fine. But during that last part where Mark's standing there and him and Steven are like, yo, you gotta release us because we're not doing this for you anymore. We're not gonna be your killers. That should have been the moment when Khonshu was like, but you are my killer. And then Jake takes over and instantly kills the thing. Amit / Harrow. And then Jake reveals himself to the other 3 that he's basically the actual agent for Khonshu. But we didn't get that. And I hated the fact that we jumped around so much. Because it was whiplash. It was like 1 minute you're in Egypt, then you're inside the mental asylum, then you're back at the London apartment, then you're back at the mental asylum, then Jake has them, then they're dead, and then the entire thing's over. And it's like, well, flow. I do not like the last 10 episodes of this series. And we're not even sure whether or not we're going to be getting a sequel to this in any way, shape, or form. And it absolutely fucking sucks. Like, oh boy. I don't know, man. Everything was going so well until the last 10 minutes. I was vibing with this episode on such a really, really fucking high level. And then the last 10 minutes happened and it threw me around. And I was just like, I don't like this at all. But I don't know, man. Like, this isn't even, I don't even know if I should really count this as a review or if it's just basically like an angry rant over the last 10 minutes of Moon Knight. Because I feel as though the last 10 minutes of Moon Knight really fuck up a lot of the build up from the last 2 episodes. Even if it gave us the reveal for Jake, they jumped around so much and left so much unanswered. It's just like, why do I don't know. I don't know. Do you agree? Like, do you like the last 10 minutes of Moon Knight? Did you enjoy this episode? Comment below, let me know, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.